This week, we race an absolute legend in Race A. Race B sees we get used as a cue ball. And in Race C, well, it's the chicane of death. And there is death. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Gran Turismo weekly race guide here in 2023. Week 7 is an interesting week. First up, we're in the Subaru Impreza 22B. You're in a legend right now, an absolute legend, and it drives very well as well. What are we doing? Well, we're at the Redbull ring. We're doing 5 laps here. It's a grid start and we're on sports hard tyres. Bop is on, so there is no tuning whatsoever. And this is a good race. This is a race I recommend you try out. You can have some good fun racing here, I expect. And I did have some good fun racing. Before we get to that, there are timestamps in the background. So if you skip over race A, or want to skip over race A, should I say, you can do. However, I advise you don't. I advise you watch this. And I advise that you give it a try yourself. Let's jump to it now. Here we are then at the start. You will hear horns because it's a road car, of course, and you can see there the 22B STI. So traction control on 1. You may be able to start in second gear actually rather than first, but I started in first in this one because you do short shift this car. You absolutely abuse the turbo in this car. Anyway, we're going to kick off here. You can see we're already catching the Brit up ahead of Grizzicas. And we've got Marasonic on our inside. By the way, look at TCR 1, 2, 3 at the moment as we go into turn 1. Loads of TCR in here. So shout out to Chicken Angel, Sai, Inferno Fox, and Shelty as we leave that corner then. And we're already up to P6 then. And look at, we've got a legendary livery up. We've got 2 legendary liveries actually. We've got TCR liveries and the Subaru liveries. It's all good. We're going to head up towards turn 2 then. This can get very sketchy very quickly. I'm just sort of like showing my nose there. I'm not trying to go for the move at all. But we all survive safe and sound. There is one big accident behind, which we'll have a look in the bloopers. Somebody has an absolute mare into that corner. Anyway, we didn't have a mare, and we're actually side by side with Saya right now as we head down towards the next corner. 5 out of 6 people in the top 6. TCR. So good. So good. It's the braking zone we go. And Sai just getting it done there. We're going to try and beat it out as quick as possible here. Oh, nearly contact there. Sai gets a little bit of oversteer, but we're going to get the advantage then. Pull ahead of Sai as we look ahead then towards Chicken Angel. And we just advance a bit further on. I love delivery with the mud on as well. Look at that. Look how good that looks. In towards the right hand we go. Chicken Angel just gets slightly wrong there. Have to back out of it a little bit. Sai looking around the outside. Not going to work then. Into this final corner. Again, looking down the inside of Chicken Angel. Oh, that's just off there, Chicken Angel. I'm not sure whether that's a penalty or not. We're going to go for the move down the inside then. We get it done. We're up into P4 then. Mario Sonic up next as we head towards turn 1. Mario goes defensive then. We're going to hit the brakes. Slow the car way down. Chuck it in and beat it out as quick as possible. Abusing that turbo in 4th gear. Yes, we're doing turn 1 in 4th gear. You don't do that very often here at Red Bull Ring, but we do now. Mario actually gets a 0.5 penalty there. 0.5 second penalty for running wide at turn 1. So my advice, don't run wide at turn 1 and don't get that penalty. We're going to head in towards this hairpin then. I think Shelty's done the same there in the distance. As we slow it all down again, we're on the outside here. Mario Sonic uses all the track there. We're going to come back on the inside. We get a better run out of that corner. We're using those gears. You short shift. You go just above halfway on the bar and you are fine. Maybe 4th to 5th gear is slightly different, but 4th gear, 3rd to 4th gear, it's easily at the halfway mark. In towards this right-hander we go then. We're up into P3. It's a TCR. 1, 2, 3. There's another member. TCR just goes off in the mirror there as we advance further on. So 1, 2, 3. What can we do now? Through the right-hander we go. Shelty in the distance. Again, we've got a good run on Shelty. We are just abusing those gears as we're looking down the inside then. Look at this run we have. Shelty's in the slipstream here as well. In towards turn 1 we go. Just going to slow the car down. Up into P2 then as we get the job done. Look at that. We're still in 4th gear and it still works. Look at Shelty in the mirror then. Look at Shelty. Just disappears as we advance further on then. Looking down the inside of Inferno Fox in towards this right-hander. And, ooh, Inferno Fox gave me a little bit of space there. Thank you, Inferno. I like it. But we don't have the run on Inferno so far. Inferno keeping me at bay then. As we head towards the left-hander, what can we do then? Look at that rear wing on that car as well. Sorry, I had to stay official with the rear wing here. I couldn't put a different rear wing than the Subaru Impreza 22B original OEM part. We head into the left. I'm not sure whether there's any difference if you do add that or not. Maybe that's something to try out. I'm not too sure. Anyway, we leave that corner and we get an absolute mammoth run there. You saw the change of gear from Inferno Fox. 4th gear is your best friend, and we absolutely blister on past that up into P1 as we head towards the last corner then. Gonna look to slow it down. This car does like to oversteer a bit, but because it's four-wheel drive, you should be fine in terms, or all-wheel drive, should I say, as we go through the right-hander. I'm going to continue on. We're actually going to advance towards the last lap because I just go on for a dominating performance there. 6-second victory for myself. It's just one of those where you understand the car, you can absolutely fly. So I'm going to tell you how to drive this car right now. And then you can do it too with this fancy track guide. Right, okay, we're going to head towards turn 1. Now, normally at Red Bull Ring, we're looking for the 100-meter board. You're actually looking for the 150-meter board. It's actually in the middle of the two. But what I'd advise is initially start braking just after the 150-meter board, so just after it, and then start building it up. Now, you can drop to third gear here and then up to fourth before you get to the corner. That'll slow you down a bit more, and that will allow you to brake a little bit later. Remember, with the short shifting, you are short shifting about halfway across the bar or just a little bit after halfway. Turn 2, again, it's just after the 150-meter board, okay? And you're going to do this in third gear. Yes, it sounds nuts to say you're going to do it in third gear, but this car just sticks. Now, it may oversteer a little bit. Just plant your foot. I need to say plunk your foot. Plant your foot there. Look, it just goes, and it picks up speed so quickly. So I highly advise, highly advise you do third gear for that corner. I'm going to head down here then. Obviously, if you brake later here, it's going to amplify because it's downhill. Again, we're braking just after the 150-meter board here. And again, you're going to be in third gear. I did try fourth, but there's a bit of understeer there. I do think fourth may be quicker. I really do. But it's one that is worth trying out yourself. Third gear, I felt I could go. But look at this. We're going to instantly be in the revs. And I think fourth gear, just maybe that tiny bit quicker if you can nail it. So, again, one to try for yourselves there. Head up to this left. We're actually looking for the 50-meter board. A bit before the 50-meter board, of course. You can see I'm braking right here. And you're going to drop to fourth gear. Fourth gear for this track, for this car, is literally your best mate. You're going to love fourth gear. Now, I'm in third gear at the moment. It's a fourth gear corner, so stay in fourth. You can see I'm already in the revs. It's bad to be in third there. So, this next corner, again, is a fourth gear corner. You're braking just before the short track meets the full track, okay? Just before that, you're going to hit the brakes and then you're going to turn in. And we're just going to keep going round, abuse the curve on the inside. You can abuse the curve on the exits as well as we leave that corner. Again, short shift. We just went a bit too far on the bar there as we head towards Bill and Brian. They're back. Okay, so we are looking for the marshals there. I've done it a bit earlier here, so you can see it's a 100-meter board. It's just after the 100-meter board, but just before Bill and Brian. So you're going to brake just before them. Fourth gear once again. And you want to get your tyres hooked on that inside. Boot it out of that corner. It should be quite stable. Head down towards the final part where you've got the Austrian flag on the left-hand side. You're braking a bit earlier than normal here. A bit later than where I am now, but a bit before the end of the Austrian flag there. Stay in fourth gear. Abuse the inside of the circuit. Boot it out. Don't go too wide. Don't get a track limits penalty. And that is it for race A. A good one to try. I recommend it. Let's head to race B. Welcome to Italy. Mamma mia. We are at Sardegna. And we're at layout B. I have no idea why I did that accent. We are at layout B. We are in group 4. So I've chosen the Alpha for this one. Although the Subaru may be a teeny tiny bit quicker. The Alpha is far more stable. And it's my recommended car for this one. Even though the Subaru is slightly quicker, you don't want to deal with the weight transfer. Just enjoy the Alpha. The Alpha will be good. It'll be stable for you. And you can watch all the Subarus burn in fire as they are into barrier. Right, okay. What are we doing here? Well, we're doing 7 laps. It's a rolling start. And we're on the racing medium tyres. As I say, I chose the Alpha. Let's jump straight into this race as this one gets a little bit feisty. Here we are then at the start. Shelty's back in here. Inferno Fox is in here as well. So we get ready in the Alfa Romeo. Quite a few Alfa Romeos in this one. And as that logo says there. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. And you stay in touch with all the latest content that happens here on the channel. Right, so we get a really good start here. We get a really good run on Mario Sonic. So indicating towards the left there. So we're going to go to the left. We're actually going to make it 3 wide, heading towards turn 1 then. In towards the braking zone we go. We're taking this very cautiously as we go into here. There's a slight contact there, but I was already alongside, so it's all good. Happy days. P13 already. Where can we end up in this race? Let's see. If somebody's wide there in the distance, that's the Subaru. That's looping there, going a little bit wide. In towards the braking zone we go. Looping, staying on the outside there. Part of CLR. Right, we're going to head over Tidge. There is H's in the alphabet. The Northern Ways are taking over. Right, okay, through the right we go. So up into P12 then. We got Runstar up ahead. We got Hatchie. Lots of cars in this line. And this is a very dangerous corner. And I'm preempting here as we head in towards it then as Hatchie goes down the inside. Inferno Fox C still gets taken out there. Ronstar goes on the inside of that Alpha as Hatchie is off. And we're going to head towards this left-hander. I'm just defending here. I get punted into Ronstar by Lion as we continue on through. Now, I did think that was maybe on purpose by Lion to get back for Ronstar. I'm not too sure. Didn't involve me, so I just carried on all the same. But we're into P8 now. P8, we're actually catching up to Mr. Pity. So you don't need to pit on this race, Mr. Pity, so don't you worry. Through the right we go. The thing you need to worry about there is the growl trap. So we end up in P7. And once again, we catch up to another Subaru. I said about this and the Subarus. In towards the braking zone we go then. And looking to get the run this time. That Subaru does survive here of Quartz Band. As we head up to the left-hander. Hang on. Quartz. Isn't that a watch brand and they're a Swiss driver? I swear there's a resemblance or a pattern, a pairing there of watches and Quartz. Anyway, through the left we go. As we are going to head towards the final corner then. In towards the left. Looking to get it done. Oh, Quartz has run a little bit wide. Oh, comes back on. Oh, no, Quartz. Oh, no. Oh, I did say visiting barrier. There you go. The Subaru's weight transfer cost Quartz. As we head into this right hand then. And we're behind Didi Mingo, the Spaniard. Also in a Subaru with a 0.5 penalty then. That is for track limits. As we go through left-hander. So at this point, I'm just staying behind here. Just because there's no point me going for a move at the moment. Stay behind. Just let them take the penalty. But the penalty line is in a really stupid place. Whose idea is it to put a penalty line right here? What a stupid place. In fact, there's a little bit of contact there between me and Domingo. I apologize for that. But yeah, you expect the ghosting to instantly happen. Anyway, we're going to have a final lap battle here with Farlin. Let's see what we can do then. Heading over, or towards the crest of the hill. And then over it, of course. Towards turn 1, we're looking for that 100 meter board. In towards the braking zone we go. They release the brakes a little bit here as we go into this left-hander. They do go a bit deep there. They try to leave room, so I flashed my lights, but, you know, looking at it now, they did try and leave room, so we carry on racing all the same. I wasn't too fussed about that. I was all like, come on. More like that rather than, oh my God, what are you doing? I wasn't like that, okay? I'm just saying right now. You will have a reaction camera shortly. I have promised it. It is coming, don't you worry. It was the right-hander we go then. And, oh, P3's got a penalty there in the distance. I missed that one. Al Sakran with a penalty here as we leave that corner. Through the left we go. Alpha versus Alpha. By the way, look at my lap 6, 0.190. Look at the fastest lap, 0.189. I'm 1,000th off. 1,000th. Anyway, you can't make moves into this corner without crashing into somebody. You can make moves at leaving it, though, but they just have their car just enough. Oh, hello, Shelty. What are you doing there? Oh, no, Shelty. What are you doing? Shelty in the Scirocco, going rally crossing there. I should do David Attenborough, really, shouldn't I, really? Anyway, through the left we go. And we're looking here. So I'm thinking at this point, right, I'm going to back off here. I want the best run possible through this left-hander, and that's what I'm going to try as we go through here, looking to get the run. And I don't maintain half enough speed that I need to. And Farlin does it very nicely indeed. Now, is Al Saran going to keep that position? They took the penalty very nicely indeed as Farlin goes towards the left-hand side, but they do keep P2. Well played to you. Good race there, Farlin. Yeah, we finished in P4. I'll say you can have some good racing here. Very hard to overtake, though. Just because of the tightness of the circuit, and you are going to have to dive in some places, which may result in contact. Head towards turn 1 in the lap guide then. You're looking for the 100 meter board or the fence on the right hand side, the red fence, painted bit. You're braking just after that in the Alpha. In other cars, you may be braking at it. In the Alpha, it's just after it. It's got good brakes, this Alpha. Abuse the curb a little bit, chuck it in, use that camber, and boot it out, avoiding that gravel on the right-hand side. So, fast through here, flat out as well as we go through here. If you struggle a little bit, a slight lift, it doesn't matter too much as we head into this braking zone. Now, you can use the red painted barrier or the ambulance, as the French would say, in terms of an ambulance there on the right-hand side. That's only there in the race, so just keep that in mind. And third gear in the Alfa Romeo, boot it out of here as quick as possible. Remember, it grips for days, this Alfa. It's amazing. Head towards the right-hander then. At the start of the red and white barrier on the left-hand side is your brake marker here. And you sort of want to get the car turned in early. There's a lot of camber on the inside of that corner. It is hugely helpful as you get on the inside, and you want to boot it as quick as possible. Be careful of the exit. It's very easy to go into that gravel and very easy to spin off, actually, if your wheel just catches it a little bit. So just be careful on that. Right, we're going to boot it through here over towards the left-hand side. And what you're looking for here is either the windmill pole on the top left, or you can use the barrier there that I'm pointing at, the orange and blue barrier. I'm going to use that in the Alpha. In the Subaru, it's a bit earlier than that, but into the braking zone we go. Really keep tight on that corner. Boot it out. Use all the curb on the exit. You want to take a wide line in as well, otherwise you will understeer off, as we saw earlier on. On the right-hand side then, the red and white barrier, that is your brake marker once again for this left-hander. Again, you want to turn in early. I don't know why I said it that way, but turn in early because otherwise you're going to run wide and there's a bit of camber there to help you. The end of the curb is your turn-in point here. In the Alpha, this is flat. In other cars, it might not be as flat. So what I want you to do here is a slight lift if you do struggle. Otherwise, just flat out. Flat out. Now, I did a slight lift there because I got scared. I did the slight lift again. Look, there's loads of room, Tidge. Flat out for you. Now, there's a bit of missing fence there. It changes colour. That's what I want you to use for this last corner. Yes, you can use the billboards in a race, and by all means use them, but in qualifying, they're not there. But that is there, so you can use that. I stay in 4th gear here. Abuse the curb on the inside. It may rotate you. Be careful of track limits there. And that is it for Sardegna Layout B. I do like this circuit. Very hard to race, but good time trial track. I'd try out the race, though, at least once. Let's head to race C. Well, we stay in Croatia for the daily races. I say stay in because last week we're at Gardens. This week we're at Seaside. We literally just move over a little bit. And we're in Group 3, and it is the Chicane of Death, the deadliest of chicanes. It's even more deadly than GT Sport. What are we doing? Well, let's find out. It's 10 laps here at Dragontrail Seaside. It's a rolling start. Medium and hard tyres both are required. Times 3 fuel times 8 tyre wear. So it is a tyre wear race in that sense. And we're in Group 3 machinery. There's a little bit of strategy here in terms of car choice as well as when you pit. So the GTR 13 car you're seeing in the background, very good for time trial. Not so good in the race because the chicane is very deadly in this car, as you are about to see. Let's jump to the race then. Let's have a look at exactly what happens and how many deaths I, as well as others, experience. Here we are then at the start. We've got a Toyota Supra in P1. The Silhouette, also a very good car choice here. It's got very good speed. However, you have to remember about those shifts. So speaking of shifts, Mario Sonic gets an absolutely poor start there. We're going to have a really good run on Mario Sonic here as we go down the right-hand side. Constant choosing the McLaren there, the 650S, as we head towards turn 1 then. Down the inside, going to be outside of Mario Sonic, in towards the braking zone we go. And we've got Soggy Bottom Boys ahead again. It's choosing that Silhouette. I think your brakes are slightly stuck on as well. I saw that in this race, so I'm not too sure. You may want to check them out there, my friend. But even so, we're going to go past them here as we go up into P9 and Consta up ahead in that McLaren. So we're going very slow here as everybody just tries to settle down here. Different tyre compounds everywhere as Consta gives them a bit. Oh, look at that! What a bump draft from Consta. Absolutely pushing that Silhouette past the GTR as we head into this left-hander then for the first time. I love these S's. These S's are really good. It's a shame about the curb abuse, which you will see in time trial. But if they can sort that out, oh, these S's are so good, especially in reverse as well. All right, we get a good run on the Seiya 14, or should I say, see ya? Sorry, that is such a terrible joke. Oh, dear. See ya. Right, anyway, into the right we go. We've got Panacea still holding the fort there in the Silhouette, but Constant down the inside in that McLaren up into P6. It's going very well for us at the moment. We're on the racing hard tyres as well as we go into the chicane for the first time. Through we go. But the car gets all sorts of oversteer. Boom! Penalty. Mario Sonic behind me into the wall as well. But I'm the only one who gets a penalty, apparently, which is a bit frustrating, but even so, it is what it is. Through here we go. This time we survive it. Oh, Panacea nearly doesn't know. My word, that was close. As we head over to the right-hand side to take that penalty. That's where I was like, whoa, right. Mario Sonic didn't get one. Who else didn't get one? We got see ya, says see ya to me. I need to stop making that joke now. It's going to get very annoying very quickly as we go into the right. Now, I decide I'm going to pit this lap, and I nearly get the white line penalty there, but I survive it. I'm going to head into the pits. Now, I wouldn't pit on lap 2 personally. It's a bit early in the GTR. For other cars, it may be fine, but the GTR, a bit too slide, a bit too hard on its tyres. So I'd advise against it. Right, we advance towards the chicane of death again, where there's the yellow flag. So what has happened? Yes, a huge death there. Shelty's gone. The finish driver's gone. Oh, he clipped Mario Sonic. We really had a brilliant run on Mario Sonic there. We could have gained 3 positions, but not quite this time as Mario Sonic goes defensive. But yeah, we're going to have a look at some of these deaths in the bloopers. Of course we are. Nobody gets away here on this channel as we leave on that corner then and continue on. So a couple of people in the pits again here. Red Devil, and I didn't see who the other person was. It jumped off my screen very quickly here. Oh, it's see ya there. Yeah, so we're going past them. And one more time. See ya! Right, okay, it's towards see ya turn 1 we go. Go on the outside of Mario Sonic. That is definitely not going to work. We're in the Sega machine. Sega. Right, okay. Through the right we go. I don't know why I've got all these coming into my head suddenly. Mario Sonic, a bit of oversteer then, leaving the chicane. Looking to defend here. Having to back out of this as well. Having a good little race here with Mario Sonic in towards the braking zone we go. Excuse me. I'm choking up. It's so good. Right, anyway, continue on, Tidge. Don't choke. Right, in towards the left-hander we go. And it's looking to slow the car down. Downforce and dirty air in Group 3 still needs to be reduced. It is so hard to follow a car. It really is, especially at the chicane. When you're in dirty air at the chicane, your front end has no downforce whatsoever, which is why the cars lift up and do all sorts of fancy stuff when you're in dirty air. So you're going to have to be careful at the chicane, okay? Really be careful. As I try around the outside of Mario Sonic here. Not going to quite work out around the outside. We've got Wind who's returned. That Wind got binned out. Not turn 1, but on lap 1 as well. The Wind's done well to catch up here. But we've been in this battle now for a few laps. As we go into here, once again, slowing the car down. Oh, Mario Sonic gets it wrong. I'm into the barrier a little bit here. As we look to go past them. Wind also looking here. We head down towards the last corner. Is it going to be 3 wide? Not quite. It's going to be 2 wide. As we go into here, going to be 3 wide maybe. Oh, it's all very tight here. We leave the corner then. It's still side-by-side action. Then it's 3 GTR 2013 cars racing each other in a drag race as we're going to go 3 wide as we head towards turn 1 with Tidge being the meat in the sandwich. Slight bit of tap there from Mario Sonic as we go into here. The Wind then slightly taps me and then a bit more of a tap in towards the braking zone. We go. There's more of a tap there as everyone's just little taps here, just forcing the cars out wide. You know the ping pong physics in Gran Turismo, but I lose out, everybody. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh, Fusion, what are you doing over there, my friend? What are you doing out there? Oh, dear. Panacea, we're caught up back to you. You've got GTRs all over your trumpet here as we head into the braking zone. We're looking around the outside of Mario Sonic again. Can we boot it out of here quickly? Not quite. And we get a good launch there. But we give Mario Sonic a bit of a boost there. So he says, thank you. No worries, mate. But I'm the one who loses out again. God damn it. I keep losing out here as we go into the chicane. Oh, Panacea gets walled there by Mario Sonic. I'm not sure whether there was a car or a size of a car to fit there. I'm not too sure. As we head to lap 6 now. I'm still behind Mario Sonic. What's going on here? And heading down in towards this hairpin then. We're going to call it a hairpin. And the braking zone. Looking to get a good run out of there. We do get a better exit, but we can't go anywhere. Mario Sonic is in the way as we head in towards the chicane. Look at this. We're half a second up on our time again. We did not get one good lap here. In we go. Oh, Mario Sonic gets the wrong clips of barrier. Kept braking. Oh, so I didn't think that was my fault personally because he hit the barrier and then continued to brake. And you do not. I don't even brake in that corner. I don't brake. So yeah, I didn't consider it my fault because I figured the barrier hit was the crash essentially. Do let me know in the comments if you thought I should wait up there. I didn't think I should because I say the crash was the barrier and then the constant braking. Yeah, so an unfortunate end to that fight. Panacea went for the move down the inside and we took it back here. And we're going to be in a race with Soggy Bot. Oh, no, we're not actually. We're going to be in a race with Geriatric there. Geriatric, the legend, in a TCR Limited GTR. Down the inside we go. We're actually going to launch it here. And, we get it done. As we did make the apex, so that is a clean dive. Oh, hello. That's a clean drift as well. Oh, there we go. We love a clean drift. That's a lap 7 then. And again, I think your brakes are stuck on here, Soggy Bottom boys. There's lots of weird braking here, so I was very cautious. Say caution. Oh, no. Oh, no penalty this time, though. No penalty, but full-on drifting. How many times have I died here? I don't know. But Geriatric goes clean on past there. And as we head in towards here then. Oh, we're going to be 3 wide again. How do I end up in these situations? I'm 3 wide. Oh, Panacea just clips Geriatric there. Backs out of it, though. Fair play to you, my friend. Some very clean racing from you today. And we continue on then. And we're looking to try and get past Geriatric again. I've ended up in 2 3 wides. I've died at the chicane 3 times. This is one hell of a race I'm having here, folks. One hell of a race. As we head down in towards turn 1 then. Slowing. Oh, I think it was a tap from behind on somebody because Sia did go off there. As we continue on out that corner. And Geriatric, a little bit of oversteer there. Not sure what tyres Geriatric's on. I'm assuming hards, because they came in a bit later on, but I'm not too sure. In towards the right we go, and in towards this braking zone. You see our tyre wear now is down to halfway already, and we still have 2.5 laps to go. Geriatric, all over the curb. Don't be over there, my friend. It's very slippy, very deadly being on those curves. As we head down in towards the S's once again. A little bit lag there Nothing major. No contact, of course. They go a bit deep here for the first S. Into the second S we go, so it's all compromised if you do go too deep. The first one is the most critical as we get a huge run there. A little bit of an indicator there from Geriatric as well as we go on by in towards the braking zone we go, and we get it done. So Geriatric, let me go there. Thank you, mate. That's appreciated as we continue on through. Good little race though there with Geriatric. Really good little race. We advance to lap 10 then, and the chicane once again, and we've caught up to Soggy Bottom, boys. Again, that weird braking, look, it's all the way through there. I'm not quite sure about that braking, to be honest with you. It scared the living daylights at me every time I saw it. I said, don't brake. You'll see that in the track guide, actually, that I'm going to do in a second. But they go defensive then as we head towards the last corner. We're going to try around the outside. Now, the gear shift is the problem on that silhouette. It's speed, definitely not a problem as we go through here then. We're around the outside. They have to change gear, and we get P6. We get the cursed position on a cursed track with a cursed chicane. What a good little race there as they flash away in the background as well. Brilliant stuff there, Soggy Bottom boys. Congratulations to Wind. Crashes or gets caught in a crash lap 1 and still wins. Fair play to Wind, and a cracking 3 wide as well. Right, what we're doing in terms of a lap guide, well, let me show you. We're going to head towards turn 1 then, and on the left hand side you have some orange barriers there. Guess what? They're your brake marker for turn 1. Use them. They are so helpful. Now, depending on your tyre, depends on whether you brake in them, start of them, whatever you may choose. Now, I'm third gear in the GTR. I'm clipping the left, and I want to get my tyre hooked on the right a little bit, but be careful of oversteer. You can see a little bit of oversteer there, and you saw it in the race as well. So, heading towards the kink. You can do the kink flat out, although some people may want to lift a little bit if they're a bit scared, and I lifted a tiny bit there myself. And your next braking point is somewhere where that grass appears, okay? So you can either use the start of it, the end of it, the middle of it, depending on how fast you do the rest of that little section. Now, drop second gear up to third quickly to get the grip. So second to slow the car down, third to just get the grip to go out the corner. Heading towards the S's then, over towards the right hand side, and my usual brake marker here. It's been like this for like 4 years now. On the left hand side, you have orange painted barrier there. Use that as your marker. Now, it's 5th gear in time trial, okay? It is 5th gear. So just make sure you carry that speed and momentum. Let the downforce do the work. We clip the curb on the inside. You can see how it can be abused there as we go through that left, and then we're going to go over towards the left hand side and down towards the hairpin, where we are going to be using the start of the curb on the left hand side there. Just after that leaves the edge of your screen, that is where you're going to brake. And be careful on exit here. It's very slippy on the exit, okay? So I always want to be in a higher gear just to let the car settle a little bit. So I'm in second gear here. I'm going to short shift to third, as you see there, and you can see the car starts to wiggle straight away in second gear. So just be careful of that. Chicane to death. You can do this flat, and that's what you got to really try and do here. Do I do it flat on this lap? Flat. Oh, slight lift. But look at the speed. You can do it flat. You can't do it flat. If you've got the cojones to do it flat, you do it flat, okay? It is the quickest way to do it. Last corner then, you're looking for the 100 meter board. Just before the 100 meter board here, you can see I'm braking. Going to be sort of like a V shape for this last corner, okay? A V shape, so out and then in, and then third gear exit. Now, in terms of strategy for the race, by the way, I'd recommend pitting lap in the GTR at least. Lap 3, maybe. Lap 4 is very good. 5 is a bit too safe, but maybe you want to try that. But that is it in terms of the race and the track guide. Let's have a look at the bloopers. Here we are then with the Subaru. This was the incident at turn 1. So Matt just outbrakes himself, which is fair dues, but then they go on the inside. There's a huge crash there. And the one thing I will say here is you know you've done wrong because you whack your hazards on. At this point, you should just pull over, let everybody go, and then make it status quo. I don't think whacking on the hazards is enough there, Matt, I'm afraid. You really just need to let everybody go because it was your mistake. You caused a big crash there. Right, okay, let's go on to B1 where we've got Runstar. Now, Runstar heads into here. Just outbrakes himself a little bit here. Lion was sort of on the outside already. Not much Runstar could do there in terms of where he could go. Looking at it from Lion's perspective, Hatchie just really launches it there. Maybe outbrakes himself. Inferno Fox, good awareness of Inferno Fox. Sees it, gets out of the way, but still gets punted off here. And then the second part of this, of course, is I'm ahead. And then Lion just does not brake. It's like it is like a purposeful punt there. It feels like, I'm afraid, Lion. Maybe you can say different in the comments. I don't know. Then we have Shelty. Now, you didn't see this first one, but I saw it, Shelty. Gets oversteer in the Scirocco by clipping the grass. I don't understand this myself. How does the rear wheel of a Scirocco cause like an oversteer moment? I don't know because it's not accelerating with it. But again, Shelty off into barrier. Both times the same error. Yeah, very odd with the front wheel drive cars there. But even so, we continue on then to Wind in race C. So this is how Wind's crash happened, actually. In towards the right we go. Wind's going to boot it here. Mario Sonic just tried to catch the car, and unfortunately, punts went off into everybody else. And boom! Wind goes round. Remember, Wind won the race from this perspective. So lost easily, what, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds there? Quite easily. So, yeah, well played to Wind on that one. Right, okay, we have the first of the deaths at the chicane. So you can see me ahead there. I go through here, a little bit of oversteer, it's a barrier. Mario Sonic doesn't hit it just as much, so it doesn't get the penalty, whereas I do. So that's what happened with that one then. Then we go to the big one. These are the big deaths now. We've got the Finnish driver, Nibele, as we go through the left. Oh, again, braking in a chicane. Don't brake in the middle of it. You're just going to understeer into barrier just like that. If you've got it wrong, you better just lift in and hoping for the best and braking. Trust me. As we have Shelty now. This is the same lap, actually. So this is Shelty binned it after the Finnish driver. Yellow flag. Oh, clips the inside and off. You see how Shelty just doesn't brake. Knows the inevitable. Yes, Shelty is a goner there. Right, okay. Now we have the 3 wide. Wow, okay. We got a lot of bloopers here, folks. I do apologize if you don't like the bloopers, but hey, bloopers are good. So 3 wide, we're side by side. Slight tap there with Mario Sonic. I'm just trying to stay in the middle here. I am sort of there. Then these little contacts here are just where the weight transfer. So we're trying to catch the car, essentially. It's nothing major, but Wind benefits from that. And so does Mario Sonic behind. Right, what happened to Fusion? We did see Fusion spin up ahead of us here while that was going on. Oh, over the curb and spinning round, all the way around into a barrier there. And very sensible from Fusion as well. Let's just wait. Actually reverses back, accelerates a little bit. Definitely could have gone there, Fusion, looking at your map. But got very, very, very cautious there. And continue. Well played, Fusion. That's really good sportsmanship. Right, okay. So coming into here then. This is the big one, of course. So I slowed this down a little bit. Look, as the second he hits the barrier, I brake. I do brake, but I think Mario's already gone there, maybe. I'm not too sure. But the second he hits the barrier, I would argue that's the crash. See, if I hit the barrier personally, I would say that's my fault. Not if it was the opposite way around. So, yeah. An interesting. What would you say, folks? Should I have stayed behind, or is the crash at the barrier beforehand enough? I'd say, for me personally, if I was in Mario's position, I would blame myself there because I hit the barrier beforehand. But hard one. Death chicane is always hard, or chicane of death is. But that's it for this week's race guide. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Give it a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest content. But that is it for me, folks. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.